Oh, welcome back my gardening friends to a mid-November tour and the Shed Wars final harvest. We've been weighing all our vegetables throughout the season, so we'll see what we can actually achieve. And there it was, bag 2 leaves, bags 1 and 3 are now in there. And I'm just keeping a check, so we've got 5 dustbin bags and 3 bags of leaves up to yet. We're waiting for the leaves to finish falling, and those 5 bags can stay there until we need them. Be easier to put those in the top than it will those big bags. I've cleared everything here now, all the plastic sheeting's up so the paths and the ground can breathe again. I've moved everything into the compost bin, which is now full. Hopefully we won't have any ratties looking at us, but you could probably see the steam there. I may have to leave that up a little bit because we don't want to cook the worms, but as you can see, lots of apples and cores and skins. That's doing nicely, and it's overflowing again, so I'll have to spread that amongst the wood chips. I've brought some of the potatoes in out of the weather. I'm going to be doing a quick reveal. I need to sort all my peppers out. I'm going to try and overwinter all my peppers, harvest what we can. Strawberries are looking nice. Keep having a fertile round just to remove the odd weed. Wildlife area, the odd flower is still trying to grow. I've got to clear this little bit of an area or plant my tulip bulbs, so when I'm sat there I'll have the tulips to look at. So this is where the rhubarb bed is, and the actual structure makes an ideal place to put some pallets across and then stack all the materials on. So we've got a little bit more space now, so we can get at the blocking 14 comfrey. We'll leave that a bit longer before we cut it down, let all the goodness go back into the crowns. I've moved all the trays and containers we use to keep the potatoes wet during the summer, and I've got to decide what I'm doing with these. I've got plenty of pallet collars, so I think these might come out, and we'll do something a little bit different. I can now get access to this coco coir in there. The dahlias have dried right back. We'll give nature a helping hand. They're not quite, it's been a little bit damp just recently, but all those seeds, get those scattered about so they're not growing all in one place. I've got the pallet collars off the floor, and you can see this one has been lying on the floor, and look at the state of that. Yeah, the ones that have been out of the air haven't gone, but this is just, it's gone rotten. So that's why I keep my pallet collars off the ground and use the plastic liner. It just helps them to last a little bit longer. I need to sort these volunteer giant cabbages out of the new strawberry bed. Temporary, we'll plant one in that space there, and today I'm going to harvest this red cabbage to add to the Shed Wars harvest, and this one here will be letting it go to seed, but we will probably take that head eventually when we need it, before it goes rotten. And this is the Mariner red organic cabbage. We cut it off, took it to the show, and I need now to select one of these or 2 of these ready for going to seed. So if I take a few more off, they'll think they're dying again, and hopefully they'll produce the seed heads so that I'll continue growing these giant cabbages. did really well for me at Malvern Autumn Show this year. Some lovely colours in the fruit cage. Everything's dying back slowly, so just after Christmas, towards the new year, we'll get all this sorted, and hopefully this time we can get those straps in there to help support. And I'm going to try and grow them vertically instead of open with the goblet shape where we keep the air circulation in the middle. We'll do it a little bit differently so I can actually get in and out of here. As you can see, it's quite crowded. This is the time of the year when we collect things, store things. I use the cardboard to protect everything that I've got, and that hasn't dried out that hasn't got wet at all, considering how much rain we've had, and I'd say the cardboard's quite wet. It's just so I can sieve it ready for the holes for my carrots and parsnips next year. Still haven't done anything with these. I've got a pile of stuff there that's got to go in the green bin because it's got tomatoes on, just in case we've got blight. But everything else is looking reasonably tidy. And what a wonderful colour the asparagus ferns have gone there. So we'll leave that leave it as long as we can. Don't trim it back yet. Let all the goodness go back. Jerusalem artichokes have now almost finished. They're died off completely. I haven't seen my sprouts for a while. You can see there we need to take some more of these leaves off so that the plant thinks it's dying, but the tops look quite nice now. I wonder if I'll give it a shake whether there's any whitefly on there. Wow, they've left my plot. What was that? Saw something then. But yeah, I need to tidy these up. We need to expose these so that the Brussels sprouts start growing. But I just can't believe that I haven't got no whitefly. Did that bed, we've got some spare soil there, still haven't done anything else. Well, these are bound to have some whitefly on, surely. Ah, there we go. Well, they're better on the the claret sprouting broccoli, so that'll be harvest February, March, April next year. A long-term plant, probably 10 months before you get a crop. Given the kale a good haircut as well. Just the odd whitefly on that. But we're getting back to a stage where we can harvest some now without too much whitefly damage. And there's the volunteer asparagus. I should probably dig that up this year now it's established. Lots more potatoes there for the challenges, and we've only taken a few potatoes out here, so I will eventually dig some of those up and take them and put them for seed saving. We covered these up to stop the birds, and did the trick, and they're all growing nicely. The end one there still covered in cardboard because that's the elephant and red Russian garlic. That won't be popping up till the spring, but we just put the cardboard on to keep most of the moisture off. Peas, well, what can we say? It must be the green manure that's helping them. So there's a little experiment there, and I keep taking these. I think I eat more at the allotment than I do at home. Still getting a little bit of lettuce. Those are hearting up nicely. And we took a last lot of tomatoes that are probably any good. Need to clear this out now, tidy everything up. And I think the mice have found the pomgos. There's not many pods left on. I'm sure I'll find a little stash somewhere around the allotment. And some of the older lettuce there's going to seed, so it'll all make good compost. And there's some aprea. I put in there just to harvest for like onion greens. We've had a unseasonable warm dryish spell, so things are still looking half reasonable, and there's the Jerusalem artichokes that we replanted after the harvest on the 2nd of November. It's the 16th of November today. So let's do a potato reveal. This is the manure, just manure, so let's get cracking before we lose all the light and we're in pitch blackness. So these are the potatoes in fresh manure, and I mean fresh, they're stinky fresh. 5 Red Duke of York, and I know that it's rotted down well because it was very light. So hopefully they haven't all rotted in all the rain that we've had. But let's have a little look. Get rid of the grass first. I don't know about getting rid of the grass. It's all part of it, so I'll have to break that up and see if there's anything in there, but it looks good material. Now, there wasn't a lot there. Some had gone rotten, but I think there's only 3 potatoes there. I think these might have been the old seed potatoes. That might have been a fresh one, but nothing much to say. But that's some quite nice material. It'll be cleaned up a little bit more. Get rid of the old grass roots out of it, or whatever it was growing. I think there's a lot of clover in there as well. We'll get that sorted, but that can be added to the compost bin. Got that cleaned up because that will go in the 12-month-old compost of my homemade compost. Now we've got a container that we found with the compost in. We've done nothing with it other than add comfrey concentrate. Now that's the comfrey that we don't steep in water. It's put into a tube and we collect the juices from the comfrey. So we added equal amounts to them, and these were the Erica King Edward, and there was 4 seeds. So this will be added to Erica's challenge. So let's have a look in this one. Hopefully we've got enough to keep us going for another week. Well, there wasn't many in there, and that ain't going to feed us for a week, so I'm going to find another container. So this one was the potatoes in leaf mould, and that was the rejects. That's the big leaves and everything that come out of the trommel. Again, this is another Erica King Edward challenge. I hope I can find enough spuds, else Mrs. K is not going to be happy with me. I topped it off with the coco coir because the potatoes were showing at the surface. So let's just add these to them. So these are better. Obviously the coco coir doesn't have any organic health nutrients for our potatoes, but these are just leaf mould rejects. As you can see, it's a very coarse material, and what a return. Not sure what that is. That's gone, but there was nothing in here other than just leaf mould, twigs and other stuff that come out of the trommel. So I think you can see that, even though I'm losing the light now, but there's just absolutely all sorts in here. Very coarse material. I can double check that at a later date, but that was just leaf mould rejects that come out of my trommel, nothing else. So it does prove that, and there was 4 potatoes, probably that size, 4 of those, and we've got that return. So basically these potatoes probably given me 2, but of a larger size. So we'll get those weighed and add that to Erica's challenge. So we started off with 1.5 kilos, they cost 12 pence, and we've got 1.35. So basically I've got nearly a full return just from that reveal. Well, there's the cabbage. I'll empty the potatoes and we'll get that weighed and add it to the SHEDWARS total. Oh gum, that's heavy. I'm going to call that 5 kilos. Keeps hovering around the 5. So this was the hashtag team down under. So we collected all that vegetables up to when we did the weigh-in. We got 42.5 kilos for that. We moved on to Team Will It Grow around about the 4th of April. As you can see there, I've added it up as we've gone in case the calculator packed up. And the final sheet. So that's today's harvest on the 16th of November. I'm not sure whether I'm out of date, too far over, but that can be deducted. So we had 217.966. We've added that to that to that. We get that, and if we was to add the 42 on, we would come to nearly, you know, a quarter. Well, yeah, sort of 250 kilos over the last 11 and 12 months. Not bad at all. As you can see now, it's getting a bit dark, guys. I'd like to thank everyone who's been in SHEDWARS, all the other growers sharing their knowledge and experience, and it's been a pleasure to be part of it. I will be taking a break from SHEDWARS now and concentrating on everything that I do. I've got lots to do, lots to share, but no time to do it. But yes, a massive thank you to all the team captains, especially John of Team Will It Grow. Been a pleasure. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. On a very dark allotment in the afternoon, we've lost the light. Till next time, ta-ra for now.